Okay.
Yeah. So let's start off with potentially an experience you've had where maybe you were too quiet and what that looked like, what people said to you, how they reacted to you, and if this is a means of survival, if you were conditioned to be quiet, or if it's just who you are.
Okay, 21 questions. Um, Experience. I think my entire life
Mhm.
has been an experience of being the quiet girl. I am known to be the quiet girl. I think it honestly came out of conditioning and survival. Um, I am quiet in both work and outside. However, this far in my career, I have conditioned myself to not be as quiet. Um, I do speak up a lot. I'm in a position where I kind of have to speak up. I'm a rule maker, and I have to advocate for a lot of things. So, um, I've spoken in front of CEOs and things like that. So definitely had to condition myself from various experiences in work to be that. But outside of work, I am quiet. Naturally, in my natural habitat with my family, if I'm comfortable, I might, gab here and there. But overall, I am quiet. Again, like I said, survival, it's been a thing. I can't just walk into the rooms and be like, "Hey y'all, how y'all doing?" It's a persona that I can't carry. I don't have the energy to carry, and I don't want someone to expect me to be on all the time. I'm also assertive, so I do read the room a lot. Again, out of survival.
Mm-hmm.
Can I trust these people? Who are these people? How do they act? Are they going to act different the other time I meet them?
Mm.
So things like that run plays in my head, and it may look like I'm quiet, but I got a lot going on up here. So yeah. How
Okay.
about you?
Yes, I'd argue that a lot of quiet people have a lot going on. I also think that a lot of quiet people are overthinkers, but also very careful about what they say. Um, let's see. So, yes, as a former quiet girl, transition to good networker, um, I was always questioned just about like why I'm quiet, or people always thought I had an attitude. But
Mm,
coupled with the quietness was anxiety. So I am socially anxious. I know, like, if you know me now, you probably don't think I'm,
mhm.
socially
Mhm.
anxious, but I am. And the way that I present to the world, I'm not going to say it's fake, but it's definitely practiced. Because the reality of it is that while I'm quiet, it's not, I don't want to say conducive, but it's just not good for networking. Like, you don't get the opportunity to build community, or your community is small.
Mhm.
And so for me, I've kind of taken those lemons and tried to make it something that I'm comfortable with. If you talk to my coworkers, they're gonna be like, Kim's so chatty, she's so social, she knows
Mhm.
everybody.
Mhm.
And that right now in this season is comfortable for me, but that was because there was a personal goal for me to not necessarily be more social, but just be better at conversation and be better at engaging, because I never want to look back and think that I missed out on an opportunity because I was too quiet or because I didn't know how to network or hold a conversation with someone. And so that's just specifically for like my professional life and any like creative endeavors. But like on my day to day when I'm out in the city by myself, like I'm quiet and I want
Mhm.
people to just like act like I don't exist. I just want to be in my own world.
Mhm.
And so that comfort definitely comes from conditioning. Um, when I think of survival, I think of like, not to be dramatic, but like life and death.
Mhm.
But survival, as in like, I don't want attention. I don't want people talking to me. I don't want people asking me questions. Cause I think in general, like, everyone's really surface level. And that to me is also a performance. And I genuinely just don't like have time for it, nor the energy. Like, I also don't have the social battery for that
Mhm.
either.
Mhm.
But I've kind of, like I said, transitioned that so I can just like be an adult and just like not miss out on opportunities. But yes, in the past, it was kind of just like a means of survival based on the household I grew up in.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
you know how it is when your parents are like, ooh, psh,
Mhm.
kids stay
Mhm.
in a kid's place. You don't listen to adult conversations. You mind your business. You don't say anything. Like,
Conditioning.
get your ass
Mhm.
back. And so that coupled with my anxiety, I'm not gonna say I stopped talking, I like definitely wasn't mute, but like even though I had a lot of thoughts, I just didn't say anything.
Mhm.
um,
Mhm.
or like I didn't ask for certain things at home, but was expected to be vocal outside of my home. That's crazy.
Mhm.
Um, like my mom was forthcoming about like, girl, I can't help you with this. Like, I can't help you with no math. You better ask some questions at school before you get back to this house.
Mhm.
Or like, you better ask for help at the Boys and Girls Club. Like, you need to make sure you understand it before you come here because like I can't help you.
Mhm.
But it's just weird because it's like you want me to like be quiet at home, but you expect me to have the confidence to ask for help outside the home. Like that doesn't make sense
Mhm.
because the foundation is built at home. So I just wasn't like very confident speaking either. As a veteran, like they make you give briefings all the
Mhm.
time. And so I kind of sort of had to get comfortable with it. But I just felt like I just wasn't a person of very many words. When it came to like the military, just based on the training, I could think strategically, right? Like
Mhm.
even though I wasn't talking all the time, I was still being trained on how to think, how to make decisions, how to plan, like how to work on a long range calendar, right? How to plan stuff 2 years out, things of that nature. So
Mhm.
I had that skill set tucked away in my head. I just wasn't very like vocal about it. And at work, I don't have to be vocal.
Mhm.
Like I'm an individual contributor. I don't have no direct reports. I don't got to
Mhm.
speak up for nobody.
Mhm.
And for the most part, like you know how sometimes like when you've been in like such a bad like work environment, like if nothing really ruffles your feathers, you're like, oh, I'm okay, I'm cool, like I ain't got nothing to say, you know.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
I feel like I only speak up when I have to. But other than that, like I'm pretty quiet and people think I'm like stuck up. But sometimes I just don't have nothing to say.
But see, that's a that persona too. When you're quiet, you talked about like people think you're stuck up or you have an attitude or you're not approachable and things like that. And
Yeah.
it's like that's not the case. And survival, I know you said life or death, but even taking it way back to being little black girls, we develop quickly. We get curves quickly. And it is a survival. I mean, I grew up in the hood. I'm not walking down the street like you got to get from point A to point B and there's no one talking to in between.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, let me be quiet. And I do know I have the resting bitch face. That's also survival.
Mm.
Don't I do purposely at times look unapproachable. It's more of don't talk to me. I'm not engaging. I don't have time for the BS, things like that. Being in position of leadership
Mhm.
is for some reason every time I open my mouth people think I have this profound thing to say,
Mhm.
like I'm just this prophet out here and everything I say is, oh my god, she said that, that's amazing. And it's like, come on y'all, come
No,
on,
it is
let's be real.
profound.
Let's be,
No,
it
it
is, but it's
is.
like y'all didn't, come on, y'all know we all thought about this together. I just said it, I might have put it together a little differently, but it's not,
And that's
it's
how
not that
leadership
deep.
works.
It is, but then outside is like, again, energy. I don't have the energy to solve everyone's problems
Mm.
outside of work. I don't have the energy of always being profound. Let me mess up. I used to be scared of, and I say words wrong. I
Mhm.
do. Even now to this day, it's just my mind goes quicker than what comes out my brain or it comes out
Mhm.
my mouth. But I used to be scared in class. I would be scared because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fumble this word, I'm gonna fumble this question, or I'm gonna look stupid. So it also another reason why, okay, I'll just be quiet to how we're perceived. I don't have an attitude. Again, I'm just here assessing. It's my face.
Mhm.
Let my face be my face. There's times where I get to a point where I'm like, it's my face, y'all. Just leave me alone. Just how my face is. I can't walk around and just be smiling all the time. But yeah.
Okay, cool.